Welcome back, Top Great Reviews YouTube channel. Top 3 Best Motherboards in 2025 review channel. Today we are going to show you the best motherboards you can buy right now. We have analyzed the market and listed this 3 best motherboards for you. For more amazing tech products, reviews and suggestions, subscribe to our channel. We will try our best to present you with the best tech product that you can buy now. Product links in the description box. In this video we be covering motherboards, including what they are, why you may want to choose them, and some of the best options out there. Number 3. Asus ROG Strix X670EE Gaming. The Asus ROG Strix X670E Gaming Wi-Fi comes in at an MSRP of above its X570 predecessor. It also has a plethora of next-generation features such as PCIe Gen 5, so there's a lot to be excited about. Let's look at the basic specs you're getting, and we'll also go over the most vital inclusions that will enhance your everyday use. X670E denotes the extreme nature of these motherboards, with more available PCIe lanes compared to the cheaper B650 models. You'll need an entirely new Ryzen 7000 CPU to go along with this new chipset, so keep that in mind. The design of the Asus ROG Strix X670EE Gaming Wi-Fi is very much like its predecessor AM4 motherboard, the ROG Strix X570E Gaming. That's not a bad thing, since it's a very stealthy and sleek-looking motherboard, which should fit in well with a variety of PC build themes. There's some RGB lighting, but it's not obnoxious. We've got two 8-pin plus 12V headers in the top left, though only one is required to be connected. A few cooling headers across, and we reach the 4 DDR5 DIMM slots. It's possible to install up to 128GB of DDR5 system memory on this motherboard, using DIMM slots next to the AM5 socket. Asus provides a power button and LCD status display in the top right corner of the ROG Strix X670EE Gaming Wi-Fi for troubleshooting. Number 3. Gigabyte Z790 Aorus Master. The Gigabyte Z790 Aorus Master doesn't look significantly different than the Z690 Aorus Master. Where the last-gen Z690 sports an all-black appearance, the Z790 Master sports a black and gray theme with a black 8-layer PCB and black VRM heatsinks. The gray accents come from the heatsinks and shrouds covering the M.2 sockets, chipset, and audio on the bottom half of the board. Hailing from the premium mid-range segment, all slots, memory and PCIe, are also reinforced. Gigabyte chose the less is more method for RGB here, with the only implementation located above the I/O cover. From below, it lights up the Aorus Falcon outline, the Aorus motto, Team Up, Fight On, and a unique design element. Overall, the Aorus Master has a premium design and would be a great centerpiece for your new build. Zooming in on the top half of the board, we'll first focus on the VRM heatsinks. They are heavy and have a lot of surface area to dissipate heat with what Gigabyte calls a fins array 3 configuration with a fancy nanocarbon coating. Gigabyte connects to two large hunks of metal together with an 8mm heat pipe that shares the thermal load between them. They also use an efficient 12W/MK thermal pad between the MOSFETs/chokes to remove the heat from the components. Above the socket are two 8-pin EPS connectors, one required, to feed the processor power. Also found in this area are the first two, of 10, 4-pin fan/pump headers. All fans output up to 2A/24W, so you shouldn't run into any issues on the power side of things. If you're inclined, running your entire water cooling system and fans is easily accomplished on this board. In most configurations, you won't need to piggyback devices on headers because there are so many and each capable of more than the basic 1A/12W output we're used to. Number 1. Asus ROG Strix X570E Gaming. The Strix X570E Gaming also has 8 SATA ports, whereas some competing models have shaved those down to 4 so that the other 4 lanes could be used for PCIe, typically a third M.2 slot. And just when you thought you'd at least get 4 lanes to the third X16 length PCIe slot, you realize that it gets kicked down to X2 mode whenever the second X1 slot is used. Most people won't use the second X1 slot because of its location, but that notion makes us question why it's even included on a gaming-focused motherboard. Asus's efforts appear more earnest on the I/O panel, where we find 8 USB 3 Gen 2 ports. Gen 1 ports wouldn't make sense here from a chipset perspective, since the platform's USB 3 ports are all Gen 2 compliant, yet several of Asus competitors have chosen to limit their I/O anyway. We're happy to see Asus take the high road here, though we'd have still liked to see a pair of USB 2.0 ports for a keyboard and mouse. Connecting those to USB 3 is a waste of the platform's resources. USB support is the big differentiator here, since Asus uses the same Realtek 2.5 gigabits per second per Intel Gigabit Ethernet /802.11ax controller combo is similarly priced boards from Gigabyte and MSI, but there are smaller differences such as the inclusion of DisplayPort in HDMI and the exclusion of a CLR_CMOS button on this Asus board, along with 4 more SATA ports and 1 less M.2 slot than those two competitors. Thanks for watching. If you found this review helpful, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more tech reviews and advice. We love hearing from you, so if you have any questions or suggestions for products you'd like us to review, drop a comment below. Stay tuned for our next video and see you then.